Hey guys, welcome back to another pre-match stream where we talk about the game and then live react to the starting 11. And also, I want to try to get you guys into my streams as much as possible. So at some point in the stream, we are going to do a live call-in. So definitely don't miss that. I'll put the link to join the StreamYard into the comment section, and then you guys can come join on your laptops and just give us like a quick 30-second minute thought ahead of the game. So joined by Jay, as always. Jay, how's it going?
Yeah, good. It's good to be back. Congratulations on 5 and 6K since I last seen you.
Hey.
Obviously, the road to 100 is soon.
Oh,
you better still have me on for shows when you're there.
Oh my God. Yes, obviously, but who knows if I'll ever get to that point. But yeah, the support has been insane the past week or so. Like, I honestly can't thank you guys enough because it's
but Ellie,
like so cool.
So people that watch this, Ellie and I have been friends for a long time. What did I tell you on WhatsApp? I said, you do the work, it will come good. You got the best stuff. You got the best stuff. That's why.
Thanks, Jay. It means a lot. We're here grinding, guys, but I love it. You know that I love it. So, Jay, let's talk about this Arsenal game. I'm kind of nervous because of how it went down in December, but I'm also not because Thomas Tuchel, I feel like, has this under control and Arsenal aren't in good form. But also the fact that they're not in good form also makes me like a little bit more nervous about this game. I don't know. How are you feeling?
I saw this as the red herring fixture. I thought this was going to be, if we're going to slip up on any game for the rest of the season, I reckon it's this one. Hopefully that's not the case because, like you, I believe that Tuchel has things under control. If he can beat Pep twice, I'm sure we can beat Arsenal. And I will be disappointed if we don't win, obviously.
No, that's a question.
But it's a tough one, isn't it? You never know. Arsenal will cash in their 10 tokens a season that they have, and they'll cash them in both times against Chelsea, of course. So, yeah, I don't really know what to expect because Arsenal have nothing really to play for, whereas we have everything to play for. I don't think the squad will be quite as rotated as people think, but we'll see. And yeah, I'm quite looking forward. I'm quite looking forward to it.
I accidentally hit this comment as I was switching, but it's fine. We're just going to roll with it. Guys, if you have questions, obviously feel free to ask them. We'll try to get to as many as possible as I see it. But just to go off of that, like, I feel like the fact that Arsenal don't have anything to play for could also like play into their hand a little bit because they might just be like, oh, let's just go at it. And I don't know, but I do think that, you know, Chelsea are capable of beating this Arsenal side. The other way that I kind of think about it is that, and I don't necessarily love thinking about it this way, but you know, I didn't expect to get 3 points against City, so that was almost like a bonus, you know? So then if you get like a draw against Arsenal, but I want to win, obviously. I don't know. It's going to be I feel like it's going to be a tougher game than a lot of people are making it out to be. So,
100%. 100%. Yeah.
So Dan says, which player are you most keen to see start tonight? For me, it's Havertz. I'm trying to think back to my starting XI video. To be like consistent. Honestly, I put 12 players in my starting XI to begin with.
Did you?
Because we have so many quality attackers that I didn't realize. I just named them up and then I was like, I have one too many players in here. So yeah, I'm looking back at my notes and I had Callum, Havertz, and Ziyech to start, which I think could be an interesting pair. My thinking about this is Callum played really well against Man City. He had a nice cameo. You saw that like exchange between Tuchel and Callum as well. It seemed nice. So I think that if you're going to reward him in a game, might as well be against Arsenal. I think it could be a good game for him to play in because he probably isn't going to play against Leicester in the final. Ziyech was rested against, who did we play? City. Yeah, he was rested against City, right? My mind is like absolutely insane. I have such a bad memory for these things. So I did Ziyech, and then Havertz was also rested. I think Havertz you can play pretty consecutively, and he has 3 goals in his last 3 games for Chelsea as well. So.
Yeah. Do you know what's interesting about this game? You may have seen that if Chelsea win tonight, this takes Chelsea above Arsenal into second place for all-time Premier League points.
Really?
Yeah. So if we get 3 points, that nudges us just above Arsenal, which is interesting. I always thought. Yeah. Do you know, I agree with your front three. I would pick that tonight. But I feel like Tuchel trusts Ziyech in the FA Cup. He's been and having the semi-final goal. I know that sort of sentiment may not be too much for Tuchel, but I don't know. I believe Ziyech will probably play in the FA Cup as well. So I don't know. I never. How do I say it? I don't like when Mount's out the team. I always think we're worse off. However, Arsenal are a bit. Yeah. So resting Mount for it, because obviously the weekend's fixtures are important.
He was rested against City as well, so that's why I was thinking like we're probably going to see him in this game. But like you said, I don't know. Maybe you can't get too much rest. Sorry to cut you off.
I think he'll play. He'll probably play.
Yeah,
but I still don't know what's more important: winning the FA Cup or coming top four. Because my heart says the FA Cup, because winning trophies is what it's all about. But there is still the smallest chance that we don't make it into Champions League positions. It's not guaranteed, but if we win today, it's guaranteed. And for the future of this team, playing Champions League football is more important than anything else, I think. Yeah. So I'm kind of conflicted on how I feel and how strong the lineups maybe I would want them to be. But they'll be strong regardless.
I know, and that's a thing, right? Because if we win the Champions League, then you automatically get it for next season, but we don't know if that's going to happen yet. So Tuchel actually spoke about this a little bit, I think, in his presser, and he says that he says that he's not looking forward to the next games because he's like, every game is super important. We need to play our best players. But I think in the back of your mind, you are kind of thinking about, okay, like I want to have some rotation. Like I think that's just like the most normal thing to do. But I do think that he's going to be looking at those two games and maybe have a plan for each of them and try to see which players fit best for those starting 11. So it's going to be interesting. What time is the game? The game's
8:15 UK.
Okay, so we still have a couple of minutes until the starting 11 comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elena says I'm feeling kind of weird about this game. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Us too. I'm just trying to go through the comment. Oh my God, there's so many. I've totally lost myself.
Big up everyone, yeah. Make sure you like as well, like the video, because it helps Ellie out, because obviously she's on the road to 100k. She'll be there next week.
Oh my God.
And we need to just make sure we're doing our bit, yeah. That's all I'm going to say.
So this isn't really about the game, but it's an interesting point. Thoughts on us apparently playing the FA Cup final in our new kit? What are your opinions on the reported kit, Jay? I see you shaking your head.
For anyone here that doesn't know, I'm going to shamelessly plug. I do a podcast with Son of Chelsea, another YouTube channel that you may or may not know. And every single week, because we do 2 podcasts a week after every game, I get so vexed about kits. So vexed. I'm quite rigid on how I think kits should be. Like, I don't really like third kits. I think kits should come out once every 2 years, not once every year. I think they should be made of, more sustainable material. And I just can't stand like gross kit designs. And this Chelsea kit is the worst Chelsea kit to have ever been made. And that's not even an exaggeration, because we've had some beautiful kits right now. Well, recently, but this kit, I mean, I'm not buying anything from the club anyway. I've not forgiven them for the ESL. Don't worry. Like, they're not getting anything from me for a long time. But that kit is awful. And even if we win things in that kit, I'm going to always hate it. Like, the thing is, it grows on people. You know the red and blue kit that Alex Goldberg likes?
Yeah.
It's so gross, but people like it because it grows on you, right? Because you have success and then you associate it with that kit because you win games with it. And, you know, there's cool pictures with your favorite players wearing the kit. And it's just like,
I just wish, like, just stick to one design. I feel, it's like, it's just so busy. I prefer kits to be like more simple. Like the Samsung kits are some of my favorite ones because
which one? Sorry,
the Samsung. Like when Samsung.
Yeah.
And it just feels super super busy. So I don't think I will be getting one. They're expensive. Even this year, I was like, can I get a child's large because the prices like went up so much. Shoe 11 says, if Willian scores against us, would that be a direct defeat even if we won? He did score his goal last week, I think. So maybe we'll be in the clear. We don't know. He could want to show us and perfectly score. You just never. I feel like if you're an ex-player of a team, sometimes you really want to score against them for some reason. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if he's starting.
I don't know. Like, I think Willian's a bit too disrespected by the Chelsea fan base generally. Like, I'm one of the first to say that Willian is not a very good player at all. But there were certain seasons where he was very, very good for us. He just overstayed his welcome and was not very good. So that's the issue. But yeah, if he scores today, it's going to be a bit of a gross one. If Billy starts, I'm going to be so happy.
I think he might. I put him in my starting 11 just because
he was excellent the other
day. Yeah, but also because like Kovacic is injured, right? And you want to rotate between those two players, especially Conte has become more injury prone. And then Jorginho also, I don't feel like he can play every single game. Like he's on the older side of play. I don't think he's like super old, like 28 or 29 or something like that, but probably at the point where you can be playing a game every 3 days, which is just normal. And I saw a comment in there that it was like, it's crazy that we're playing Saturday, Wednesday. Yeah, it is crazy. It's so much on the players, and I bet you're going to see a couple of injuries now between now and the end of the season. But my thinking was that I assume that you're going to play Conte and Jorginho in the FA Cup final, so you're going to want to rest one of them. And if Gilmour had a really great game against Man City and was one of the contenders for man of the match, probably going to start him again in this game. What do you think?
Oh, I'm in love with Billy Gilmour. I think he's great. I hold him in such high regard. He is an aesthetically beautiful player, and it's quite rare that you have those types of players that are really lovely to watch. And he's one of them, in my opinion. And so, yeah, the more games he starts, the better. I just hope that he manages to have a good one because, last season he was great against Everton and Liverpool, struggled against Leicester, was good against City recently. But as far as I'm aware, Ellie, the lineup's out, right?
Yeah. I was just going to be like, sorry to cut you off, but the lineup is out. Kepa starts. I actually called this in my match review. I said I wouldn't be.
Oh, that's so shit. That's going to ruin my fantasy.
That's why I don't have Mendy in my fantasy. I have Martinez. Kepa, Azpilicueta, Thiago Silva, Zouma, James, Gilmour, Jorginho, Chilwell, Mount, Havertz, Pulisic. Interesting team.
Ziyech for the final.
Yeah, you were 1,000% on the money. I'm pretty surprised not to see Callum in there because Pulisic did play against City, and I don't think he had like a really good game, but it could just be like trying to give him consistency as well. I don't know if we're really going to see much of Callum for the rest of the season. What do you think?
We'll see him today. I think he'll get subbed on.
Starting.
Starting, probably not. No, but I don't really have too much of an issue with it. He's clearly learning, and if Tuchel thinks that, do you know what, his time is better spent on the training ground and watching the system and taking in what's going on, then fair play. I'm fine with that. Obviously, there's other issues. No Kante on the bench, but that's it is an interesting one. Lots of attackers on the bench. That's Jorginho getting a full 90 there, as will Gilmour probably. But yeah, I'm all right with the team. Kepa as well. Ozzy, I see your comment. Kepa's had very decent performances recently whenever he's played for Chelsea, so let's hope he has another one. Because with Kepa, he can lose the credit he builds up quicker than any other player.
Yeah.
And, it's so important he has another good game. A clean sheet would be excellent. Obviously not happy about my FPL. I'm already on 85 points, so I needed Mendy to play again. But
okay, I had a terrible FPL week.
I saw. I was laughing at it earlier.
Yeah, I transferred in Maguire because I was like, who starts every Manchester United game? Oh, Harry Maguire. He gets injured, so that's on me. Then Ollie Watkins got a red card, and then I have Son and Dallas on my bench. That was 16 points. So
we need to get Olivia on this show, yeah, because I remember what I was watching the stream FPL, and she was like, "Nope, I'm never putting Bale in. I'm not doing this." And then Bale gets a hat trick. I'm just saying to her, she needs to pattern up a bit.
Okay, well,
I'll
be having our weekly FPL show tomorrow at 12 UK time. So, guys, I will ask her about that and be sure to tune into that.
I'll be there. Don't worry. I'll drop her a message and say I'm coming for you. Yeah. You watch that stream at 12. I'm there. But
Dan said the Werner Ziyech link up has happened so much since Tuchel starts. I completely agree with this, and we're probably going to see that in the final. Like, we've been seeing a lot of Timo Werner assists to Ziyech goals, which is really an interesting partnership that's developed. I kind of said this, that I thought that we would be playing like Ziyech, Timo, Havertz, Pulisic a lot of the time when we saw these players on the pitch, and then Tuchel kind of went and changed that. But for the most part, I think we're like seeing that like a good 70% of the time, maybe. I don't know. I think they're getting good partnership. He's just changing so much. That's the thing. Like, it's impossible to know who he's going to go for, but it also makes it really difficult for the opposition to prepare to play against Chelsea because they don't know who to prepare for, really. Like, I guess you just have to prepare for everybody. Yeah.
You're playing a back three as well.
Oh, let's go to the Arsenal starting 11.
Also, just while you're doing that, about Ziyech, just watch tonight, yeah? Watch when Werner's on the left, follow Ziyech's movement as he will stand about 3 yards away from the penalty spot. Just watch how often he drifts and doesn't get caught going into that position. I bet you he does it at least 5 times. Nice. Just watch it, honestly. It's so good. That's how the link-up works.
I have to keep an eye out on that. Honestly, I'm like such a geek about that. So, guys, for Arsenal starting lineup, Leno, Holding, Gabriel, Mari, Saka, Elneny, Partey. I never know how to pronounce it. Partey, Tierney, Smith Rowe, Odegaard, Aubameyang. So no Lacazette playing, no Pepe, no Willian, no Martinelli. Interesting.
Yeah, Elneny back in. I mean, I'm good. I'm concerned about Arsenal as a football club generally. You know, if Leno wants to leave as well, I mean, they're actually going to be in.
He wants to leave. I didn't see that.
That's what there's sort of talk about it at the moment. There's talk about the fact that Leno could want to leave. Obviously, Bellerin as well.
Please, yeah. It's hard to keep on to your players when you don't even secure like Europa League football.
Exactly. I mean, they'll keep the young guys for another season for sure, but
yeah. Guys, I'm gonna post a link to the StreamYard in case anybody wants to come in, hop on for like a minute or so, give us your thoughts ahead of the game, and just come say hi if you want to. Yeah. And meanwhile, Jay and I will just keep chatting.
Yeah, we'll just keep rambling. I mean, this Arsenal team is Aubameyang.
He's been having that great season as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's just know he's going to score a hat trick.
Yeah. Oh, so he says, Ellie, pin the StreamYard link. How can I do that? I don't know how to do that, you guys. Like within the stream, it doesn't let me. It just has me to block myself or put myself in.
Just repost it.
Yeah, I can keep posting it, you guys.
Or if you no,
I think maybe if it's on the actual YouTube channel, but we do have somebody who's called in. Virginia's #1 fan. Hello.
Oh. Hey Ellie. Hey Jay.
Hello, mate. What a name.
Yeah, I know. As you can imagine, what I want to talk about. I think I called last time during your last live call in, Ellie.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about Jorginho, Jay? Because I know how Ellie feels about Jorginho. What about you?
What do I think about Jorginho? I think he's one of the most frustrating players I've ever seen play football in a Chelsea shirt.
But can you agree that he's got Tuchel's trust because he's always a constant presence in that midfield, isn't he?
Oh yeah, 100%. This is the thing. Like, the Jorginho's a system player, right? So that is both a good and a bad thing. If the system doesn't work, then he's almost pointless in the team. But if the system works perfectly, then great. You see how he performs now in the Tuchel system. It's excellent. Nonetheless, I don't think he passes expansively enough consistently. I think he's too focused on short passing, which is totally fine. But someone with that level of passing ability, I'd like to see a demonstration of range. And I believe that if you man mark him, he's too easily pushed out of the game and he lacks pace or an ability to shoot from distance. And those things kind of frustrate me.
Yeah, have you guys heard anything about him signing a new contract? I thought I heard Romano tweet about contracts soon. I'm not sure if you heard about that Thiago Silva tweet that Fabrizio did. And he said that maybe after the Euros, they'll start contract negotiations for Jorginho and Kante.
Yeah, I know that that's been talked about, but nothing too major. I wouldn't be too sure on the length of Jorginho's contract. I'd imagine 2 at most. And that's probably the same with Kante, and then a 1-year extension for Thiago Silva.
So I'm guessing Kovacic is still injured. What's Kovacic's contract like at the moment?
I actually don't know.
I don't know. No, I don't know.
Maybe 2 years left from coming this summer.
Yeah, I do want to keep this stream focused on the game.
Jorginho's playing, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just because he does like to rotate a lot, but I'm surprised that he didn't rotate Jorginho. Maybe he's going to play in the final. I don't know. Maybe he's going to play just Kante in the final.
Well,
someone else.
I'd say he's resting Kante because Kante's got a longer history of injury, and therefore resting would be the smarter way to do it because Jorginho typically doesn't have a way of getting injured. And whilst he has very high running stats, he's not quite as industrious as Kante. He doesn't make the sprints. He doesn't make the high pressures in the same way Kante does. So resting someone like Kante, who's slightly older, a longer track record of injury, and I think it would be, and it is a smarter move to rest Kante rather than resting Jorginho.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it was nice talking to you guys. Hopefully you're going to have a man of the match performance.
Hope so. Thanks for coming.
See you later, man.
Yeah, it's actually, there's an interesting comment here. It says, will Mendy start and go for the FA Cup final? And this is an interesting one. So maybe he's starting Kepa because he wants to start Mendy in goal for the final, even though Kepa's kind of been like the player.
That would be very harsh, wouldn't it?
The goalkeeper in that game. Or maybe it's like a practice run before the FA Cup final, kind of like so you don't go into a final cold. That could also be an option. I don't know. What do you think? I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah, that's cool. It would be pretty harsh. It would be very harsh, if Kepa's been the FA Cup keeper to not start him.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really mean.
Michael is going to start. I don't know. I think Schmeichel will start. I think that you should probably start like your first keeper in a final. That's just me. Like, I understand that.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. But I just think it would be a bit mean.
Yeah, but it's football. It would be
that's true.
We have another caller in, so I'm going to add him now. Hey, Varel. Am I pronouncing that right?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yo.
How's it going?
Oh, hello.
Game?
I hope you're having a great day.
Thank you.
I just have 2 questions, actually. Since this is the end of the season and it's approaching the transfer window, I think we can safely assume that Tammy is being put aside since he isn't even in the squad lately, or even since the first few games of Tuchel's reign. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think, well, Jay, I see you nodding your head. It seems like I don't have any insider sources at all, guys. It's just from what I read on The Athletic. But it seems like he's going to leave from what I can tell and just from him getting game time.
He's definitely going to leave.
Okay, maybe Jay hasn't. So I don't know.
He's off. He's definitely off for sure.
It's kind of
I wouldn't
sad.
be surprised if he's used as a make weight. Yeah, it is sad because he's very good. I wouldn't be surprised if he's used as a make weight if willing Oh, Saeed, big up Saeed.
Guys, go follow Saeed's channel. Honestly,
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
fantastic if you're looking for a Man United channel. He's awesome and super nice. So thanks so much for saying hi.
He is a lovely bloke, isn't he?
Thank you for having me.
Oh, cheers, mate.
Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, Tammy's gone, which is a shame.
That is a shame. I really like him as a player.
Yeah, he's good. I really like him as well. He just needs a bit more time to iron out his skills.
Yeah. That's what I think the problem is. Like at Chelsea, you just don't have time. So I wonder if maybe it could be a case of him going somewhere and then we buy him back for a ridiculous amount. I don't know.
Well, see, I kind of feel like it's less to do with you don't have time at Chelsea because Kai will have time. Timo's been given plenty of time. Mount, obviously, it's more like, is the time investment into Tammy going to be worth more than the 40 million you'd get for him?
Yeah.
If the club don't think so, then obviously you sell him, and if that helps you get someone like Rice, then great. And West Ham be a perfect place for Tammy.
We have 2 people calling in. Hello. Why are we getting so many today? There's somebody else.
I've seen Tucalista's Twitter account.
Hey guys.
Hey, how's it going?
No.
I'm doing well, thanks. How are you?
Good.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Hey Ellie. Yeah,
going?
big fan of the channel.
You.
I hate to be the negative Nancy here, I guess, but I'm pretty worried about Kepa in the starting lineup, if I'm being totally honest. This is not to say that I haven't been impressed with his recent performances, like getting 5 clean sheets in a row. It's pretty great, and I'm sure it's good for his self-confidence as well. The reason for my sort of peak worry right now is just I saw the last Arsenal game against West Brom and the goals they scored kind of leaves me worried. I'm not gonna lie. We all know Kepa is not great from long-range shots, so that's honestly my main worry about that for this game. And I kind of feel like Arsenal is something of our bogey team in recent seasons, which is very annoying because they're a shit team. But so I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we drop points in this game. If I'm being totally honest, I would hate it, but I wouldn't be surprised because it's Arsenal and they somehow turn up. And it's Chelsea.
They do. And it's annoying because in December I was thinking it was like a definite win, and then they went and smashed us 3-1. I would be like I understand where you're coming from about Kepa. I wouldn't be like super worried because I think like what we have to remember as well is that Tuchel has built this like rock solid defense, so they're really not even conceding that many shots. So I think he's going to be facing less shots, and he has kept, I think, 5 clean sheets in his last 6 games. So I think he's getting more confidence. Do I think he's going to be Chelsea's number 1 goalkeeper? Probably not. I think that Mendy has that like locked down. But I'm trying to be open about him and not be like too down, and hopefully he can get a clean sheet today.
Yeah,
I like it.
No, that's fair.
I like him. I just struggle sometimes to trust him fully. But he deserves a chance to considering the form, I guess. But you have to take into account as well that how much of the clean sheet responsibility is down to him in comparison with the defensive midfield. I'd say more so on the defensive midfield. And this is what concerns me. And obviously Tucalista as well, is that Xhaka is a very good long-range passer and he's a very good long-range shooter. So it's an understandable concern, but I think Kepa will probably be okay. I don't know. I feel like the harder the shot, the better he is in terms of more difficult the placement, not the power. I feel like if it's a really tricky shot that the striker's put in an awkward place, he'll get there. I'm more worried about if it comes to him directly. He fumbles it.
Or if it's like corners, I don't feel like he really comes out of his box as much. But we do have some people waiting, so thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Bye.
Absolutely. Thank you.
See you later, mate.
Bye.
Oh, Ellie, you got this hosting thing down to a T.
Hello.
how's it
Yo.
going?
Great, guys. First of all, big up to you guys. Big fan. So I'm a very small channel, but I must say that people like you inspire us. So keep it on for sure, right? I've been following Ellie. I think it's been just around 6 months, Ellie, if I'm not wrong, and like I've really seen the growth. So kudos to that. Yeah, definitely. So I am actually a bit surprised to see the lineup. The way I had predicted, I thought yes, Rudiger has been injured for a while, after the face mask that he's got. So fair enough, he's been rested. But Zouma on the left side of defense, unfortunately, I see him, making a mistake.
I think Rudiger,
on
it's frozen.
the left side, he's not better now.
Ever so slightly.
Freezing. Yeah, you're freezing a bit.
Oh, sorry about that. Still?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
So you're worried about Zouma possibly making a mistake out on left centre back?
I am because especially with Saka being on the right side of the wing, so they are matching our formation today, right? If I'm not wrong, they're playing a 3-4-2-1. So Saka on the right side is a slight concern with Zouma being on our left side of the centre back. So I was hoping that Emerson probably deserves one game finally, but again that's just one problem. Apart from that, I don't see much surprises because I think up top, as long as we can keep the ball, and I think Pulisic has got the pace, I believe we can definitely do well. Thank goodness that Werner is resting today, because I believe for the finals he'll really be needed. And I actually agree with Jay here, right? I am for Kepa here because Kepa is he's really been confident. Like you can just see that he's a confident, different Kepa this year. He's probably back to his 2019-20 season. And that's what I'm thinking. I'm probably optimistic coming the FA Cup final. I don't know.
Sorry, I was dying at this comment. This is awesome. Why did I not think about this before? I
think you just make out, because the way the difference, 6 months ago, the way defenders looked at him and he looked at defenders was like, oh, I'm sorry, Now you look at him and he's like, okay, he's actually telling them what to do. So that he's back to his best when he told Sari to, okay, just I'm not coming back. That's what he's back to. So that's the attitude that Kepa has, and that's probably makes Kepa what he is probably. So I'm hoping
he needs that attitude though to be channeled into positive in-game reflection rather than just maybe looking rather spiteful, because his confidence needs to translate into catching crosses. It needs to translate into meeting the defender and making himself big. If he's not going to do those things, then being vocal is almost pointless. But I agree with you, the fact that he's seemingly more confident, and I believe as well he trusts his defence and the defence trust themselves. And that'll probably relieve some pressure on him. So I imagine he'll be okay tonight.
Yeah,
I hope so.
I think probably that's the only reason why Zouma is playing. That's what I'm guessing, is because the aerial balls, that later on might be Willian coming in and crossing, or Pepe coming. Yeah, surprising Pepe is not starting, because I think Pepe has done decently against us last FA Cup final as well. So let's see. The second half will be more interesting, but I'm hoping for a 2-0 win with Havertz's brace.
Oh, that'd be good.
Well, thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it.
Same here. Keep it going, guys. Good stuff.
Cheers, mate. See you later.
Going to be super interesting game for sure. Chelsea Fanatic says Aspie needs a rest. And I understand this, but you really don't, you can't rest him right now, because Christensen is out. So I don't think...
Because he's your favourite player. That's all it is.
Game. We have another caller in. Johnny, how's it going?
Hi.
Yo, you good?
Good. I wanted to ask, who do you think's been Chelsea's best signing from last year?
Thomas Tuchel. I tweeted that the other day, and people seem to agree. No, if I'm going with a player, then Mendy.
Yeah, definitely Mendy. I think Chilwell will have a transformative effect longer term than Mendy, but Mendy's had the greatest influence, in my opinion, in terms of look how solid we are, look how much we trust our goalkeeper. It's something that over maybe the past 2 seasons previously we hadn't done. So yeah, Mendy for me. I don't know in terms of backroom. Maybe Thiago Silva will have had a really galvanizing impact on the team. Werner's output has still been squad leading, but for me, and I assume for Ellie as well, it'd be Mendy.
Oh, thank you, guys. And when it comes to right back, do you think Azpilicueta will stay next year, or do you think he'll go for more Reece James as the first choice next season?
Oh, I think he'll stay. I hope he'll stay at Chelsea because I saw a rumor that he might have been like transferred to like some Spanish team.
Because he's getting quite old now.
Yeah, he is.
I think he'll stay at least like one more season. And if he comes to Spain, I'm going to ship him right back to London. So don't even worry about that. No, I'm kidding.
It may be a difference. So it might depend perhaps on the outcome of the season. So if we win the Champions League, he's done then. There's nothing more he can do, and it would be understandable to leave at that point. But if he doesn't win it and perhaps sees potential to do so next season, then I reckon it maybe depends for him on that.
Is there one player that you hope doesn't leave next year that you might be hearing rumors about that they might go?
Aspie for me.
Yeah, if there's rumors about Aspie leaving, probably Aspie. I don't really mind. I mean, I think I said that 26 players from loans and within the squad, I would be okay with selling. And I think 7 of those in the first team.
Emerson is still at this club, isn't he?
Yeah, and Alonso somehow.
Yeah,
I call him the guy with 9 lives because he just like you think that he's gone, you think he's on his way, and he keeps coming back and scoring like 90th minute winning goals. It's so funny. But Johnny, thanks so much for calling in. We really appreciate it.
Bye.
He was sweet. Bless him.
Yeah,
I mean, if Aspie, that would be a bit of an L. But if we win the Champions League, then fairs. Do you know what I mean? I would leave if I was Aspie and we won the Champions League. I would.
I know. I just feel like he like bleeds blue. You know, like I feel like Chelsea is like his team. I don't know.
Yeah. I see quickly one of the comments that says, you know, about if Aspie, we're talking about Aspie's age, but Silva's 36. I would argue that there's perhaps a quality level between the two players.
Don't
but Aspie is a centre back in a back three.
Come on here.
Aspie as a centre back in a back three would be fine next season.
Yeah, I think like as a right back or like a right wing back, like if you have to run more, then you know you have to adjust.
I wouldn't want to lose. I wouldn't want to lose Thiago Silva and Aspie at the same time next season.
Wow. That's also a really good point. I'm hoping that Aspie like retires at Chelsea. Like that's my.
That would be sick. That would be sick.
You know, so I'm going to make it happen. I don't know how.
Nice.
I was writing to him. Yeah. We already talked about this, Patil. We already talked about Billy. If I don't reply to your comments, it's because we probably already spoke about that subject because we've been talking for 40 minutes already. But we love Billy Gilmore. I think that basically sums it up, right, Jay?
Yeah, for sure. He's the man. He's the man.
He's your man. He's your man.
Yeah, he is. He's my top 3 favorite players at Chelsea.
Wow. Who's the second and third?
Mount and it's either Kai or Chilwell. Either of those two.
Ooh, we have completely different. Well, mine is Aspie, Mount, and Pulisic. I think anybody.
Yeah, obviously yours are those. Obviously yours are those.
Guys, does anybody not know my favorite players at this point? Like, I would be.
What about not at Chelsea?
Not at Chelsea.
Here she comes. That doesn't count. That doesn't count at all.
I really like Jude Bellingham. I don't know why. I just really like him.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of like other players that are not like so obvious. Like I don't want to say Haaland or Mbappe. Like I low-key like Sergio Ramos, but he's like
the guy. He is my guy.
He's so good. Like he's like a Diego Costa type player. Like you hate to play against him. I hated Diego Costa when we played against them in the Champions League. But then when he came to Chelsea, I was like, yes, like this guy is insane, and that's like exactly.
I said this before. You know, like I think Ramos is top 3 all time.
Totally.
He's outrageous. He's outrageous. Yeah. I would sign him at Chelsea now. I actually would.
Maybe because his contract, there's like negotiations for his contract in Madrid. So let's see. Guys, if you have any other last minute questions about the game, let me know.
Kante. He's one of my top 5 players at Chelsea as well.
Who's the fourth?
I'd say in order it goes Mount, Billy, Kai, Chilwell, Kante.
Interesting.
Actually, Kante, Chilwell.
Okay, for me, posting an Aspie, number 1.
No, that's 2. That's 2. You got to put them 1 and 2.
Probably Aspie, Pulisic. Aspie, Pulisic, Mount. Oh, look, it's the hubs. We were just talking about Aspilicueta.
Oh, cool.
There he is.
His brother is here.
The man himself. Aspie's here. He's got the plane over.
Guys, you tell me in the comments if you think that this is Aspilicueta's dead cousin.
Definitely not.
Alberto doesn't think so. They're both Spanish.
How does he wear his hair? I have no idea.
Kind of.
I don't think Aspie's like. I don't know if he looks like Aspie too much.
I do not. It's just. I do not. It makes no sense.
He does. I said that to him when I first met him. Do you know Aspilicueta? You look like that football player. I did.
I don't remember.
Well, you just don't remember our conversations. But
I remember nothing.
I love Alberto.
I know. We have Dungeons Blue waiting. Hey, how's it going?
Hi guys.
Yo.
So there's different types of Chelsea fans. Who do you consider your biggest rival when it comes to derbies? Like, what's the club you hate?
Tottenham.
I can't answer that question because I just don't know. I hate all of them.
Tottenham always.
You hate all of them, even Crystal Palace? I don't. That's not.
Not Crystal Palace, but I don't like direct rivals. I don't know. I'm not British, so I have I don't know about these things.
Oh, okay, I see.
Tottenham number 1, then Arsenal, then Manchester United. That would be my order.
So for next year, it kind of looks like the ones fighting for the title might be Man City and us. So would you not get into that rivalry because Man City doesn't have a lot of history with Chelsea when it comes to the Premier League?
It's weird. I see that rivalry as more of a technical playoff rather than a deep-rooted rivalry that encompasses other perhaps non-tangible things. Whereas Chelsea Spurs, there's real hate between those two clubs, and I don't think that
people expect us to get Harry Kane. We are not getting Harry Kane because Spurs hate Chelsea.
I'd love to get Harry Kane.
I would love to get Harry Kane as well, but Liam Toomey confirmed it on here.
Yeah, there's no chance. Yeah, of course.
So, well, thanks so much.
When it comes to strikers, who would you like to get for next year if you don't think Harry Kane's that
Lukaku
would happen?
Lukaku would be my number 1 target. Yeah.
Let's see if we go for him.
Yeah, because I don't think Haaland's going next year, is he? I think he's not moving. I think he said that he's going to stay an extra year at Dortmund as well.
And I think Lukaku offers more in terms of link-up play with the attackers around him in comparison to Haaland, and we have goals in multiple positions now. We know you look at Pulisic, Werner, Kai, Mount. Lukaku would be able to facilitate more attacking play, I believe, because Haaland is like a vacuum where it has to go to him, whereas Lukaku is able to play it off. If you watch him this season, his crossing's amazing, long passing, dribbles. He's really, really improved. So for me, he would bring more to the team as a whole going forward, as well as lots of guaranteed Premier League goals.
Okay, one final question. When you guys are watching a really competitive game like a derby with Arsenal, are you guys like the type of person when you're watching a game? Are you the type of person that shouts at the TV when you're watching? Or are you like silently concentrating, like panicking?
I think that's a question for you. He asked if I'm the type of person to shout when I watch a Chelsea game.
I mean,
he's so sick of it. He's so sick of it, isn't he?
The other day I was cooking something and suddenly she screamed, but she didn't scream like goal or yes or anything like that. She screamed like someone had died. It was terrible. And I dropped the spoon as I had it. And I came running with my heart just racing. Turned out and everything was fine, but I was genuinely like really scared something bad had happened. So yeah.
And I was like, that I'm watching the Chelsea game. Like, that this is gonna happen.
I feel like Ellie, you would go viral if you did some watch-alongs. I think people would clip those reactions.
I need to do a watch-along. That's maybe before the end of the season.
Like the Champions League final.
I think I
mean,
might
to be fair,
lose. So,
to be fair,
no,
yeah, you can watch. I'll be on a live stream for the game and when it kicks off, so you can see them. But I'm a bit like, I'm okay if we go one down. I like to see the mechanics of the team work in different ways. So I'm a bit more. I sort of view it a bit more sort of nerdy, I guess. I don't really shout or get too annoyed.
Are you a note taker, Jay? Are you someone who takes notes?
I know Jam. Do you know Jam? If you follow Jam, like Jam, when we're doing live streams, as you'll see if you watch in half an hour, he literally takes notes. Whereas I don't know, I'm a bit more of a romantic about football, to be honest, mate. I quite like the narrative. I like that it's not always easy. And I try and indulge myself in that rather than just vexing at the screen like like Hajir does or like other people do, which is just pure rage. I like to try and indulge in the narrative because otherwise it can be quite challenging, can't it? Just getting frustrated all the time.
Yeah. I feel like the real reactions will come out when the big matches come, like the Champions League final. That's when when everything's on the line.
You will see. If you go onto my Twitter, you'll see some videos that we've shared that have been clipped from our live streams, and I've definitely been punching the air and shouting and screaming when things go right, but I'm not one to kick off too much when things go badly wrong. I just sort of sit there and articulate anger.
All right, Jay. It was nice talking to you, Jay and Ellie.
Thanks.
Yeah, big up, man. Cheers.
Bye. Yeah, I don't really do it. If we concede a goal, I'll just be like, but if we score, especially that Man City 92nd minute winner, I was going absolutely nuts. And when we scored, when Mason, you guys know about my picture on Twitter that I started crying when Mason Mount scored the winner against Real Madrid as well. So you never know what's going to happen with me. But we have been talking for almost 50 minutes. The game starts in 25 minutes. We still have time. Cool. So I have time to make dinner. But Jay, final score prediction for this game. What you thinking?
Can I ask a question first about Spanish?
Yeah.
You know, is it vamos or vamos? How do you say it? Is it with the v sound or b sound?
Ba. So in Spanish, the
V sounds like B.
B are the same. So you say ba. I can't do it because I have an accent, but it's vamos. Wait, Alberto, say it.
Ba.
Say it. Let's say vamos. Vamos.
Okay, I thought it was vamos. Okay, sick. Yeah. My score prediction for tonight, I think it would be I think it'd be 1-0 Chelsea, and I reckon Ben Chilwell's going to score.
You love it. I'm going 2-0. I usually don't go for a higher scoring game, but I'm feeling okay. Let's see if we can get some goals. We've been scoring 2 goals in our games, so potentially I'm going to go. Who's starting? Havertz is starting. Pulisic starting. I'm going to go Havertz. In my preview, I said Havertz and Callum, but Callum's not starting. So maybe Havertz and Pulisic, or Havertz and Mount, one of those two. So Billy goes 6-0. That would be awesome, right? Love to see that. 3-0. Aspie hat-trick speaking it into existence. Throwing money on Chilwell to score, great shout. Yeah, so if you win money on this, you have to thank Jay for it.
I'll take a percentage, 70%.
It's a commission. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this pre-match reaction video. We usually do them before every game, but I'm going to be away this weekend, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to find a spot to watch the FA Cup final in the woods, climbing. So pray for me that I can find a spot to watch this final. So we're not going to be able to do the stream, but we'll be back for the Leicester game. I think it's the next game. So Jay, just direct everybody to where they can find you.
Yeah, I'm streaming in 20 minutes on the Chelsea social. Come check out my Twitter if you want. I don't really mind. Make sure you're subscribed to Ellie, more importantly. Make sure you like the video. Help her out. As I say every time, best channel on YouTube for Chelsea content. So, do what you got to do. If you want to check me out. But just make sure you support the video if you're here watching.
And guys, I just want to say honestly, thank you so much, because to already have 6, I didn't know if I would hit 5K by the end of the season. Obviously, don't like to think about the subs and everything, but it's just really cool that people are watching my video, That's super, super cool, and I really appreciate it. If there's any content that you guys want to see before the end of the season or during the Euros or whatever it is, let me know. I have some ideas, but of course, I always like getting your feedback as well. So let's hope that Chelsea can get this win. Massive game, and hopefully we can solidify even more our top 4 spot for next season and take advantage of this game. Even more so, especially because Leicester beat Man United, and I was not expecting that. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'm out.